Hey there viewers, and welcome back to Grumpy Monkey Garage, where we've got a bit of a wild card for you this week. So today we have a very special guest. This is a 2001 Hyundai Tiburon, which is the not a sports car that is a sports car. And yes, that's confusing, but I'll elaborate. So when you think of a muscle car or a proper sports car, you think of big engine, rear-wheel drive, manual transmission, and the ability to just have an absolute anarchy of a time on the track, which is fun. However, you can do all of those things I just said minus rear-wheel drive with a Tiburon and not be out of control. I still get good gas mileage and good safety features, and I don't really have to worry about that high V8 or V6 insurance. I have a 4-cylinder. This is a perfectly reliable car you can drive every single day and not really notice it until you want to use it. Very tame, but you can still get a little crazy with it. 10 headlights is a little ridiculous. I've read somewhere on the internet that may or may not be true, that the reason it has 10 lights on the front is because Ferrari had 8. You didn't know that Hyundai was going for supercars with 4 cylinders, did you? Let's talk about the rear of the car. All right, now that we're at the back of the car, I wanted to show you something. I always talk about trunks in our reviews, but look at how just nice the back end of this car looks. It's got nice curves, like, you know, it definitely draws a male's attention, if you know what I'm saying. Spoiler's nice, integrated brake light, good stuff, regular things. One thing that is nice about these, I like third windshield wiper. I like the ability to look behind me when it's raining and when it's dark out and there's fog and crap and snow and things that get on your back windshield. Rear compartment is huge for a coupe. Look at that. Look at that. You're gonna, like, you know, I don't want to say move your apartment because this is a little high to do that, but definitely you're going to be a hit at trunk or treat with this car. Plenty of space in here. The back seats are a little cramped, but you don't need those anyway. That's for your dog or your luggage, and back here is for all of your other crap. I think that this was really well thought out, minus this being so high. I really wish this was lower, because if you're lifting something heavy, like let's say you had a case of water bottles on the bottom of your shopping cart and you picked it up and now you have to lift it all the way up and put it over there, and you know, not everybody is He-Man, so it's not something everybody's able to do. One more thing when we're talking about exterior features, if you come over here to this door with me, this has a frameless door setup, which is something that Kia Hyundai has done a really good job of. They've kept it even all the way to the 2010, 2013 Kia Forte coupes, is that they don't have they keep the old, you know, American muscle cars were like this, where you just roll the window down and it just, you know, is gone. And I think that that's a really cool look to go for. Moving right into the interior, the door handles suck. The only reason I'm saying that is I've only owned this car a month and it's already broken, and this car has pretty low miles, so it's my little spat at it. The air conditioning in the doors is pretty cool, page out of Pontiac. I really don't think there's anything original on this car except the body. A lot of the ideas come from other platforms. The engine shares with, I think it's the Elantra or the Sonata that shares with one of those two. And then they've taken some nods from Pontiac in here. Namely, if you sit inside this car and look at the dashboard, you feel like you're in a cockpit, which is something that the Grand Prix did from Pontiac as well. So they definitely took a page from their book to be able to do this design. I do like the seats. I know there's different trim levels of seats. I don't know which one this is. I think this is the GS. Somebody tell me in the comments, because it's not on the trunk anymore. But I like these seats. It's nice leather material. It really hugs you, and that's great on the track. This one is the Slip-O-Matic. I know, it's not a stick shift. I didn't pay very much for this car, and it had really low miles, and it looked nice. And you know what? In traffic, I don't want to stick anyway, and there's a lot of traffic here in Atlanta. Let's move on to the engine bay. So Hyundai has perfected the fun to price ratio. These cars are significantly cheaper than Celicas and definitely Supras and other performance cars of the like, but you can definitely have a lot of fun with them. Someone's done some exhaust modifications on here that was definitely not me, because I do not like sounding like an aggravated bee in a beer can. Is not really what I'm going for. But it is a very buzzy 4-cylinder. It's got all the beans. When you put your right foot down, you put your left foot down on the clutch, you're not going to go anywhere. Put your right foot down, it really does get up and go. The automatic transmission is slow, the stick is much faster, but this one, for a commuter car that's not looking like a Honda Civic or some beige mobile, this is a cool option and it's very reliable. If you're looking for a first car, these are significantly cheaper. If you save up through your first job all through the summer, you will be able to afford one of these. You can get any of these Tiburons, any of them that you want, if you find a good enough deal, which are out there, for around $3 grand or less. I bought this one for significantly less, but it comes with a creative story. The 4-cylinder is the preferred engine. The V6 had its share of issues. Not that they were catastrophic. You're not SOL if you have it, but the 4-cylinder does take to mods better. If you're someone who's looking to get into car culture and you're gonna put a big douchey cold air intake, or you're gonna buy that eBay turbo kit that they do make for this engine to bolt it on there, this is the one you want. You don't want the V6. The V6 doesn't have the revability, doesn't have the good gas mileage. You lose a lot of the features that really make this car desirable. So I prefer the 4-cylinder, and that's what you should as well. Let's talk about why this car was so affordable. So the reason I was able to get this car so cheap is it's been absolutely f***ed by a rhinoceros. When I got this car, it was actually turned on its side, which is why we have the black edition Alabama Chrome happening here. But the roof was dented. We have body damage back here, and there's body damage on the front end. This door did not have too much trouble opening and closing. I was actually pretty grateful to learn that. With the car on its side, most people don't really want to buy one of those. It's severely wrecked, and it hadn't run in 4 or 5 years. That's just perfect for me. So I ended up buying it for a very low price. I'm very happy with it. I've been driving it now for a month or two, and this is what you can do in car culture that no other culture can do. You can spend a little bit of money, have an absolute ton of fun, not break the bank, and I mean, you need a car to go to work. So you need this. Why shouldn't it be fun? Why shouldn't it be enjoyable? And at the end of this, when I fixed most of this, I don't think I'll be upside down in the car. So if I decided to turn around and get rid of it months from now, well, hey, I've just commuted for free for X amount of months, weeks, whatever. But I think I'm gonna hold on to it a little while longer because I like these, and the used car market is crazy right now. But don't pass these up. Hyundai Tiburon should be on everyone's search list, along with, you know, your Camrys, your Corollas, your Civics. If you're looking for a sports car, this is not it. It's not a muscle car, but it is everything you would want. It's cheap to maintain, cheap to own, and they're rather classy. They're not, you know, Fox Body Mustang looking like a toaster with wheels. We don't need that. It's more sexy than that, minus the by a rhinoceros part. But anyway, that's all we've got time for today on Grumpy Monkey Garage. Be sure to look at Hyundai Tiburons and don't count them out.